Hi, this is Diane Moore from the Downtown Public Library doing a little bit of a garden tour, and I'm by myself here, although the family's delightful because of social distancing. They bought this house not too long ago and it came with some fun things already. A fig tree that needs a little bit of help. You can see from the trunk this is a really old fig tree, possibly getting a little bit too much shade from a tree. But there are things you can do. It's bearing fruit. That's nice. There's an apple tree here as well, actually bearing apples, feeding some of the local wildlife. Good sized, nice apple. Let me just pick that up and show you. This is what you want. That's why we do the thinning. This is another example of a tree that's in pretty good shape, but it needs to have all those little water sprouts and crossovers and branches in the middle that keep the tree from getting sun, so it will bear properly. So that's nice. There's some plants that were here, some azaleas, some conifers, some other little things. But I want to take you over to the far side of the yard because there's all sorts of fun, delightful plants growing over there. Nice nut tree. They built all kinds of cool bird houses to put up in the trees for the natural wildlife. It's not even nap time. As you can see, they're avid gardeners. They brought a lot of plants from their old house. Here we have a lot of lemongrass along with the forsythia, some amaranth, some fun sorts of plants over here. Here we have tomatoes, and then here is where it really gets to be fun. All these little plants in here, and I'll show you some bigger ones along the way, are papaya trees. Is that cool or what? So that's sort of my rule. Grow what grows well in your area, but if you love something, go ahead and plant it and see what happens. Plants are going to adapt and do what they're going to do, so you never know what you'll get. And again, a beautiful row of papayas, and then over here, cantaloupe, and that thing is the size of a soccer ball. Very happy. They inherited a compost pile over to our right, and they're using this compost dirt, and oh my goodness, the papayas are growing like crazy. There's some bunching onions like they were giving away at the library last week seeds for. Little avocado tree, more avocado, a nice little papaya plant, and then in here the father of the house has started lime seeds, and look at all of those. They're beautiful. Even if they don't get gigantic, the leaves are beautiful and you can use them for all sorts of decor or to paint chocolate on. Right over here in back we have even more papayas. When you grow that many of something, you're bound to get one that's going to adapt, and it's very sheltered back here. It's very possible that they'll do really well. Over here, a gorgeous, gorgeous banana plant. They're not sure what type of banana it is. They're from a part of the world where they would be able to recognize plantains, small bananas, big bananas. They're used to seeing all that. Excuse me, a mosquito. And even if you don't get fruit, you can use them to wrap a meal in instead of parchment paper, or to wrap tamales. Over here again, growing from the compost pile all by itself, volunteer plants, an incredibly big butternut squash. Is that beautiful? That's beautiful. Compost pile that they inherited, and they're continuing to use it. What they're doing is bringing out the scraps and things from the kitchen and digging them in, so they'll just work into that soil. Over here we have some more squashes and different plants growing. They like crepe myrtle, so they planted several of those around. And again, water features, bird houses, shelters for the natural wildlife. But oh my goodness, what fun. I cannot wait to see what happens with the papaya plants. fact, they were kind enough to give me a couple of my own, and I'm really excited about that. So gardening, yes, we're in zone 7. When you buy things, you should check zone, especially if you spend a lot of money for something. But again, if you love something, grow it. You might have to haul it in, you might have to build a little temporary greenhouse over it, but if you love it, plant it. Right over here, they have lots of pots of lemongrass. They make tea out of it, and there's some pretty good sized papaya trees here. I'm not sure how long this one has been here, but it's pretty good sized. I'd say that it probably survived the winter at least. Now I'm going to walk over here onto their porch. Of course, they have some cilantro over here growing in the bird seed and the tomatoes. You know, in nature, things like to grow around each other. Right up here on the porch, there's all sorts of the usual things you would expect to find. Sedums, tomatoes, aloes. Here's an herb that they use in Central America. The mother said that the little blooms in the center, when they turn black, then you can use them as seed. It might be black cilantro or something that sounds like that. I'll have to find out. I'll have to ask again because I don't remember. And then over here we have more tomatoes. Very healthy, beautiful sedum. They weren't sure what it is, but it didn't matter. They planted them and they're gorgeous. So this is just a fun example of a yard full of the usual things, azaleas and crepe myrtles and apple trees and nut trees, and also full of the fun plants that they love and remember from their native country. This is your native country. Enjoy it. Feel free to grow whatever floats your boat and makes you happy. Be safe. Have a great day. See you next video.